What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black with y'all, 3 long face, skinny body, and we are back still black with some more fire Boruto manga related content. Now, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, share the video with your friends. We have a real interesting topic to discuss today.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Now, with the release of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 13, everybody's been thrown into a frenzy. Expectations have gone out the window. New opportunities have been opened. Old opportunities have been examined. And it's just a lot going down, right? Before we start getting into any of the intricate details of the chapter, of the progression of the plot, the juicy plot points that we can anticipate for chapter 14, let's take a step back and look at everything that we know so far. In particular, let's look at the Kara organization with the Kara Inners. We had some new information, right? Because we understand once this group was first introduced, niggas was looking really side-eyed at Kishimoto, Ikimoto, Kodachi, whoever was doing it. They was like, how is these niggas boxing with Naruto and Sasuke? Okay, I guess, bro. Let's rock with it, though. Let's rock with it. You know, Delta's out here pushing the 6-pack Sage Mode Naruto in terms of taijutsu. You know what I'm saying? To his limits, he's out here breathing hard after he done really put her in the dirt. Shout out Delta, by the way. And, you know, we got my guy Boro and we got Cole, who for some reason were so confident in their abilities to take down not only Sasuke, but Naruto and or Sasuke, if need be it. Now, with Boro's case, we understand, right? That little virus, it can get a little tricky. It can get a little iffy with my guy Boro, but the Sharingan will do its deeds in that type of matchup scenario, right? And then we keep on moving forward. Obviously, we know what Jigen did on the legendary Father's Day to both Naruto and Sasuke. Set the timeline straight. Everybody knew what was going on. Then at that point, it was really, I'm sorry for not taking off my shoes for stepping in your living room for the next 3 months. That's how we was moving, right? So we know how these people move. And then Kashin, Koji, like, let's not even talk about chapter 13 because we know, right? But a big dog, Kashin Koji, you know, the stealthiest of all stealthies, you know, pulling up, allowing Kawaki to stay, making all of these moves within the moves, hitting behind the first move, betraying Jigen, forcing Ishiki to pop out of Jigen's body, showcasing a perfect Sage Mode, all of these things. So these inners popped up into the story and really shook the foundation of the story, whether you like it or not. We have new information with the release of chapter 13. All of the Kara inners that we know were modified by Amado. Why were they so strong? What reason did they have? Like, you modify a regular human, all of a sudden they can box with the top dogs of the top dogs in the world? Well, it comes to find out, we know now for certain that all of the inners who had their bodies modified were implanted with SHIBAI cells. Now, on surface level, yes, it was stated that planted with SHIBAI cells with the hopes of awakening one of SHIBAI's many Shinjutsu abilities. Now, with that being the main goal, the mere fact that he still implanted them with the cells adds into the fact that they have a living OTSUTSUKI god cells DNA flowing through their body. So it has to be amps and, you know, chakra, basic speeds, basic, you know, taijutsu, basic power output, which is why we see figures like Delta, Boro, and Cole being astronomically strong for no reason. Now, we're just going to look over each inner and talk about what quote-unquote Shinjutsu or SHIBAI ability that they have. Now, my two favorite now, Victor, we just going to go ahead and like throw him out the window. We ain't really worried about that. Even a manga fucking around and threw him out the window. I feel like the manga would show more care to Olga and Deepa. And those y'all was like, who? You know what I'm saying? The last Boruto anime canon arc in the anime before the Code arc, when Olga popped up, basically people dubbed it the Squid Games arc. I rocked with that arc. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I rock with that arc 10 out of 10. And y'all never heard me shit Boruto with anybody for all these years I've been running Black Uchiha channel, right? But I swear down, bro, up and down, if Olga don't end up with Boruto by the end of the show, somehow, some way, Kishimoto better bring her ass into the manga, cause shorty too real. Boruto and her clicked off rip, you know, her I don't know, it just felt real to me, bro. That whole Amado messing with her brain was just so messed up. She was extremely smart, and I like the arc. If you ain't checked out that arc, the Squid Games Boruto arc, check it out. You might like it too. But we had another Kara inner named Olga in that arc. But Victor being thrown away. We know Deepa. We understand his diamond body, all of that thing. He was able to harden his body to the hardest substance in the world. He already got cracked. We already know. Boom, out the way. Olga, smart as heck. She's not really a fighter, but genjutsu and an intellect, bro, probably second to none. Who knows? We got to get more development on her. Hopefully they bring her back into the story sometime in the forward. Moving on. Now, Kawaki, this is like, we're going to get this over right here early, because now Kawaki, we understand. Ishiki was a proud man, proud enough to show where he saw the completion of these cyborgs, and he was like, yeah, get these niggas out of here. They gots to go. Damon and Ada were the first ones to awaken Shibai cells, and he was like, no way, whole fucking Zay. Like, what are you talking about, Amato? So, understanding that his whole grandiose plan is to revive in Kawaki, basically Kawaki is him, he made Kawaki's body enhancingly strong. His body has ninja tech, he's able to modify his body on top of the potential abilities and, chakra that Ishiki's powers will give to Kawaki. So, essentially, he was a quote-unquote perfect vessel. Now, do you want your perfect vessel obtaining cells or DNA from another Otsutsuki, understanding how prideful this clan is? So Kawaki would be in a gray area as for, did he get Shibai cells? Did Amato implant Shibai cells without Ishiki's knowledge? Or did Ishiki and Amato both know about the Shibai cells? Now that is a topic for a whole nother video, because then we start looking at all of the small details and nods between both Amato and Ishiki. So moving along from those three, Deepa, Olga, Kawaki, and then of course, Victor, no one cares about. Let's start getting to the main sauce. And then obviously Jigen, we know, kind of similar to Kawaki's case, he's a completed vessel for Ishiki. He's not a perfect vessel. His karma seal was completely extracted though, and he was able to sprout the horn, and he became 100% Otsutsuki. Now, with Code, I didn't think, I don't know. I feel like I'm probably the only person who paid attention in Naruto Next Generations. Amato explained it to Naruto, Shikamaru, everybody who was in the room, that, these inners that he had to dispose of had Shinjutsu ability. This is how he explained it, and this is how I interpreted it. And he had to dispose of them because they were so strong, except for one, which is Code. So now Code was automatically put into the category with Ada and Damon since Naruto Next Generations. In the chapter, I admit, he says Ada and Damon have Shibai's jutsus. However, he does explicitly state Code's claw marks as already being a Shinjutsu. This is knowledge since part 1 of Boruto. I don't know why people are just saying, okay, so now we have official. No, it's already been confirmed. Code claw mark was a Shinjutsu, divine miracles that don't require hand size to be performed. He said claw marks, the similar thing to Code claw marks, but it was with Ada and Damon, he started doubling down in terms of, Shibai Otsutsuki cells, which, threw us for a loop, because now we understand the full truth. All of these motherfuckers had Shibai Otsutsuki cells, right? So with Code, he awakened the ability to use the claw marks. The claw marks, they let you travel in between marked spots that you, place the claw mark on, whether it be in between villages, faraway countries, different dimensions. Essentially, one is able to travel anywhere in between said marks. Obviously, we know that Shinju are capable of doing this ability as well, as long as the marks is there, and they can also bring anyone along with them as long as they are touching them, and they can travel through any point in the mark, whether it be on a body, whether it be on the tree, the ground, or, anywhere else. So personally, I see some people say it's better than Flying Raijin. I think I would prefer Minato's Flying Raijin stage 2. You know what I'm saying? I could place a tag anywhere, just teleport to it. I rocks with that. That's what I would prefer. But I could see how Claw's claw marks come in handy, but all that extra stuff of putting the claw mark somewhere and then having to go to it, that's just, I'm nitpicky with that. But we understand Claw's claw mark jutsu now officially confirmed to be Shibai's Shinjutsu. Even though it was already confirmed to be a Shinjutsu, it's just that Shibai was the only Otsutsuki god confirmed to have Shinjutsu. So at that time, if Code was confirmed to have a Shinjutsu, but wasn't confirmed to have Shibai Shinjutsu, it would have been headcanon to say, okay, is he attached to some other Otsutsuki god? Or is it some different type of jutsu that's just innate to Code? But we have an understanding, and things eventually came together to our knowledge, right? So moving on from Code, we have Delta. Now with Delta, her abilities, we more andron, like robotic, or should I say more robotic in terms of her abilities and how they structure her character. She can fly, but now as we see in Two Blue Vortex, she doesn't need her rocket boots to fly, right? But she has a drone attached to her back, which we haven't seen in Two Blue Vortex yet. The drone also has connections with her eyes, scientific ninja tools eyes, that also allows her to absorb things and shoot it back at you after she stores it up. Now, not as strong, or should I say not twice as strong, but exactly how she absorbed it, right? And there's an output or maximum capacity amount of chakra she could absorb with her eyes. And then what we know to be one of her most dangerous abilities, her eye destructive beams that destroys the cell on the cellular level, to the point where even a Sage of Six Paths Naruto, even a Kawaki, whose regeneration abilities were doted on upon once Katasuke looked at his body, pause, right? They can, regenerate from getting hit by Delta's eye beam. So real interesting abilities with Delta. Now, she did not, quote unquote, awaken Shibai's cells or Shibai's power or a Shinjutsu from Shibai, that, the DNA from the DNA that she has in her body. I don't even know what she would be able to weigh, just based off of what we know that everybody currently has. Is crazy hacks, is crazy OP, a lot of time, abilities. What if Delta could have had the ability to stop time? You feel me? Because Kashakoji could look into the future, Delta could look into the past and the present. You know what I'm saying? My guy David reflected that Delta just able to stop time and then do whatever she wants within like a certain time frame. That'd be live. That'll be live. But as for Delta, she wasn't able to awaken anything. My guy Boro, we already understand how he's going. Crazy regeneration abilities. He has ninjutsu. He has a KK Genkai lava style. You know what I'm saying? He also has earth style. And he has this virus, which essentially can kill you without you even realizing what's even going on. He can control it to the amount of level where you can get slightly sick, where we see he affected towns and eventually came back to them to preach to them and cured them, quote unquote, cured them to make them think that he was the savior, right? So there's a lot of ways he can use this virus. And unless you have a Sharingan or big brain, you know what I'm saying, like most Uchihas, you wouldn't be able to detect the virus or the molecules to understand what's actually going on and how your body is being affected, or have a cure like my guy Mitsuki. Now, Boro, despite having all of these broken hacks, OP abilities, no Shinjutsu, according to a model, was awakened within his body. Now, same thing with him. What could he have gotten? I don't know. I'm running out of time related abilities. So let's see something that can probably bounce off of Damon's reflection type ability. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Boro could get like the ability to make you, want to attack him in a irregular manner. I don't know. It's becoming hard at this point, because at this point they're hyping Shibai up so much he has to be brought into the story. But if he get brought into the story with all of these abilities, what the fuck is the point, Kishi? You had a hard time killing Madara. How you gonna kill this nigga? You feel me? Right? So moving on from Boro, the ones that we know, Damon and Ada. Now Ada has the ability of the Senringan. Now, I don't know if Ada has two abilities or one. Two abilities basically saying, did she awaken the dojutsu of Shibai Otsutsuki, meaning the Senringan, and the Senringan gives her ability to look at all things in the present and all things in the past up until her birth. And then she also has the ability of omnipotence, basically bringing all desires to reality. Or is omnipotence a jutsu granted because of her eyes, right? So it's really hard to say, because if that was the case, then her eyes have three abilities: the ability to look into the past up until her birth, the ability to look at all things going on currently, and the ability to make any desire real, which I wouldn't find it hard to believe, as opposed to just saying out of all of the Inners, Ada was the only one who awakened two abilities, right? But now going on to Mangekyo Uchiha Gang, Big Damon, save the best for last, because it's always gonna be gas. My guy reflects any and everything. What are you talking about? Now, I anticipated his ability to go as follows. It's two ways he can reflect attacks, right? He reflects all physical attacks as long as his hand is being placed on somebody, right? So that means if his hand is being placed on somebody and you're going to attack Damon, that attack will go right back at you, as we've seen many times and times again. But there's also been a clarification, right, in detailing about thinking about attacking Damon. Now, Ada said it also, where the more strong your desire to kill him, the worse the reflection can be. So in situations where you physically attack Damon, say you shoot a fireball at him and it's unconscious, you just naturally shoot a fireball at him and he's touching someone, that fireball is going to hit you. Now, say if you're really in your head and he just took all of your Dunkaroos and juice milk and milk boxes and all of that stuff, and he really got you fuming fuming smoke through the head, and you're thinking about all the ways you could punch him and all of that stuff, that's when, you know, all of those things will be afflicted back onto you. Now, in the situation where we see him sitting on the couch and Kawaki sitting on the couch, Kawaki simply thought about slapping him and he got slapped back, right? So I believe it's killing intent and physical attacks. It's separate, but people tend to make it into one, to where it's just the intent and the attack where everything happens at once, where if he put his hand on somebody. But I think once we get more into Damon and more into the Shibai cells and Otsutsuki, we'll be able to understand his ability more. But definitely, I feel like it's split between that, where it's intent and also physical attacks, where he can block out any intent with your mind. So if you're thinking about attacking him, yeah, GG is my guy. And if you end up actually throwing or launching a physical attack at him that can cause harm to him, GG is my guy. But these are all of the abilities, or quote unquote Shinjutsu abilities, that we know that come from Shibai Otsutsuki that are placed in the card inners. Let me know your favorites. Let me know who do y'all think will possibly even awaken a Shinjutsu next. Do y'all think Delta could awaken a Shinjutsu, right? Do you think it could be explained upon like the inners awakening more than one Shinjutsu, and then Damon possibly awakens another Shinjutsu? Let me know how y'all feel about the possibilities, and share your thoughts below. It's your boy Black Uchi. I holla at your boy. I'm holla at y'all back. Shout out, yes sir. Ski.